all my Power Up fans. It looks like I got this in the mail today. What is it? Well, let's unwrap it and take a look. Alright, this is what I got. This is a AV booster for the PC Engine / TurboGrafx 16 and those models. And I myself have a Core Graphics, PC Engine Core Graphics. And it should work with this as well when I show gameplay. Well, I got this, even though I have an RGB modded PC Engine Duo, the AC adapter is kind of not working too much for me. So, and also as well, the other reason I got this for this is I also have an EverDrive that I got a couple months back, and what's nice about this AV booster, and quickly before I go on, a company called DB Electronics makes a boost, kind of an AV booster, but apparently they don't make them anymore. The guy that made them stopped making them, so it's like, okay. But then I went on eBay and I got this one for about 25 bucks. I ordered it 2 weeks ago, and this comes from Hong Kong, so it takes a little bit to come here. But it although the delivery estimate said like by October 31st or something, but don't worry, it takes a lot shorter than that. See, for me being in Minnesota, it took about 2 weeks to get this. But anyway, what's cool about this is I can display those, PC Engine and the like, as well as the American TurboGrafx. This has you can do, the usual composite, and it has component, as you can see, and it has this output that's basically a Genesis output. And what's cool about this is it's compatible with Sega Genesis Model 2, might I add, Model 2 SCART cables. So if you have a SCART cable for your Genesis Model 2, you can output RGB. So this is basically a method to do RGB. So that's pretty cool, huh? Yes, I think it is. But anyway, yep, and it connects, and basically this here connects in the back of, this is my PC Engine Core Graphics, it connects in the back here. So this lid will come off, and so I'll put that in the back, and so let's so I can show you. So now, that's my that's what it looks like. And so now, let's show you some gameplay footage. Anyway, before we get to, almost forgot, before we get to the gameplay footage, here's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like plugged in. See, it plugs right into the back. There's a port in the back of, this is my Core Graphics with my EverDrive that I'll probably say a lot of times that that's what all the games that I'll be capturing, I'll be using this EverDrive. But anyway, here's just the Sega Genesis. This is basically a Sega Genesis Model 2 SCART cable running into my OSSC, upscaled through my VP50. But this is what it looks like. Again, you can do like composite, component, but as I probably mentioned, the majority of the gameplay footage captured will be through RGB. Well, anyway, let's get to the gameplay. Alright, here is Bonk's Adventure. Oh, and by the way, I think I've mentioned this at the beginning of the video, I am actually, all of these games I'm playing through, I'm playing them through the Turbo EverDrive made by a guy called Crix. And so but if you want to know to get one of those EverDrives, I'll do that for a future review. But also there are also other YouTubers that also cover the EverDrive family as well. But anyway, and the system I'm playing this through is, of course, as I've mentioned, is my PC Engine Core Graphics, and I'm running this through my OSSC, and running that through my iScan VP50, upscaling it to 1080p. And also I'm using line quadruple mode on my OSSC, that's upscaling it to 1080p on my iScan VP50 from DVDO. But anyway, this is Bonk's Adventure I'm playing through, and I really like how this looks. Like, and actually I'm actually using, of course, RGB SCART, but the cable, I know it's not, I think I got it, the cable, it's not from RGB Retro Gaming Cables, or another company like that, although I do plan on getting a better cable, although this cable I'm using now for this review does the job pretty well, but I would love to get a better shielded Sega Genesis Model 2 cable, but this game does look pretty good, and also I think this AV booster, I only got this, it was only like a little bit less than $24, and I am loving how this looks. Like, this is just popping, and it looks just great. And I'm not seeing too much artifacting, not too many like other gel bar thingies, at least for this game anyway. But it looks really good, and it looks, Bonk is controlling, and I'm like not getting any lag. It's controlling well. I think I did a couple levels here. I think I did the first two or so, the opening 2 levels. But anyway, this looks awesome. But let's go on to the next game. Okay, now on to one of my more favorite games, and I actually have a physical copy of this. It's Ninja Spirit, and boy, is this game fun. Although I've yet to finish it. Sometimes I've gotten pretty far, I just haven't finished it. But again, it looks really good through the AV Booster's RGB output, and this is just looking great. Wow! And heck, it's ninjas! Because ninjas are awesome! And samurais maybe are cool too, but anyway, ninjas are cool. And I just like, again, no lag. I like how this is playing. And this is just great. Just great. And I'm thinking, I think I'm switching, I'm getting power-ups, and I totally should do this I should do this game as a review later on as well. But this is just a fun game, and I like, again, it's very crisp, not too much artifacting that I've noticed on all my playthroughs. Like, it looks really well. But yeah, and also, by the way, this guy, I think it's from Hong Kong, I think. But yeah, and I'll reiterate that I really liked it. It took me about 2 weeks time to order this. But wow, like, I am not regretting this purchase at all. This is just great. Just great. And hey, look, it's ninjas! Haha. But anyway, I bet we should go on to the next game. Okay, now here is some R-Type. And actually, I'm not too good at like shoot 'em ups or shmups. Hey, now don't judge me now. I like, as I mentioned before in another review of a shoot 'em up, I prefer using shmup. To me, I stutter sometimes, and it makes it a lot easier to say. So boo on me if you think otherwise. But anyway, this is R-Type for the PC Engine, and I think this is the Japanese version I'm playing now. Or one of the Japanese versions. But yeah, again, this looks really, really good. And I'm actually, amazingly, I'm really not sucking at it too much. And I guess too, I actually played this through earlier today before recording this, so. And I think I actually went through a run through of it already. So I actually was able to finish a first run through, which is kind of amazing because I'm usually not too good at shmups too much. But I thought it was fun. It's really fun. As you can see, like, everything just looks great. The RGB is looking good. And it is just looking fantastic. And again, this is considering I'm using a, it's not a real fancy RGB cable, SCART cable I'm using. But I guess it's really doing the job well, isn't it? But yeah, this is me just shooting up bad guys. Hopefully I'm getting to a boss, but if not, I'm trying to, hopefully you'll see me fighting a boss here. But yeah, it's really cool looking and awesome sauce. Well, anyway, we'll go on to the next game. And now the last game I'm gonna feature here is again, thanks to my EverDrive, here is the Japanese Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. Again, and I can see here, I'm kind of like, as you can see, because it's the Japanese version, you can see the boxer who is Balrog is actually M. Bison. Cool, huh? But yeah, I play as my trusty Ryu here. Although for this version, because my default controller I'm using only has basically 2 buttons. I believe one of the either select or run is used for an attack, and then button 2 and 1 are used for 2 other attacks. And you can use, like, I think it's select is to switch between punches and kicks. Kind of like how if you only use a 3-button pad on the Genesis Street Fighter 2, same thing, you gotta push start to cycle between punches and kicks. But I might have to get a 6-button just to enjoy this game. But I'm not in a hurry though. But anyway, again, this looks fantastic. I really like how this looks. It's and being as the PC Engine / TurboGrafx was essentially basically had an 8-bit CPU, albeit with a 16-bit GPU. I must say it runs it pretty good, even through the EverDrive. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm kicking some butt here. So yeah, it's really fun, and it looks really good. It looks great. And yeah, it's running it, it looks pretty good here. Runs it no problem, and yeah, really, really good looking. But yeah, it looks great. Just great. To wrap things up, I was pleasantly surprised by the quality of this AV booster. As the DB Electronics one was out of, they weren't making them anymore, I was kind of like, apprehensive a little bit on buying this. Because I was like, you usually, cheap AV boosters like I've had on or cheap scalers and stuff, you usually don't end up well. So I was pleasantly surprised how good the RGB coming out of this is. And I'm happy that somebody is able to make this for a decent price. I got this, as I mentioned, for the umpteenth time. I think it was like 24, a little bit less than $24 shipped. And although the only main bad part is waiting, because it took about 2 weeks to basically, from the time I ordered it took 2 weeks to actually have it come to my house here in the United States. So yeah, it was really, really cool. And I'm really, really satisfied. Although for this review, I really haven't tried the component or the composite out. But I really just wanted to try the RGB one, because that's what I really wanna. That's why I bought this. And it's really good. I'm like, this guy, hats off to you, dude. Whoever makes these, if there's one guy that makes it, and he's doing this, thanks, man, or woman, or if you're a girl who makes these, but either girl or guy, like, thank you. You are doing a really good service. And I'm happy because the other 2 reviews that I could find on this device, same thing, the same result. Both of the guys that got this same AV booster cannot say nothing. All they could say was nice things about it. Like, they were really impressed by it. And hey, if they're impressed, count me a third guy who's impressed by this. So yeah, it's really good, and I could not endorse this product enough. And again, it's on eBay still. I forget where it is, but just type in on eBay AV booster, and it's or TG16 or PC Engine AV booster, and it should come up pretty quickly, I hope. But yeah, this is great. So I would highly recommend this device. Highly recommended. Well, anyway, that's enough for that's enough for now. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this review. I haven't done much hardware reviews lately, so it's kind of nice to get this so I can share this awesome awesome device with you, this awesome accessory. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Power Up. Thanks again.